See you later, sense of stability. Oh, hello there, welcome to Turmoil. Or rather, hello everybody and welcome back to a man who is sponsored by Chiswick. My name is Edinger, and boy do I wish I was sponsored by Chiswick. That would have been nice. But actually, it's just been a really long time since I've talked to you guys like in an unscripted, just what is up manner. And so that is what today is. In fact, you guys have had a lot of questions and I've kind of been a bit vague about everything. And so let's just start off with the first one. Why is there a loud airplane? Well, because I'm back in London, what? But no, so big question people are asking is like, why did you have to move? So for those that aren't aware, I am no longer living at the place I was living for the last 4 years. Tenancies have a tendency to expire, they end. Was there a chance to renew? Not really, and if there were, I don't think many of us at the flat would have wanted to. There were just so many issues with that house, just so many. Number one being, we just had a horrible landlord, just absolutely dreadful. There were so many problems with the place and he just did not make things any better. The letting agent was just horrible. At one point, they called up one of our flatmates on the phone and screamed at them until they cried. So just a really bad place. Atlas Lettings. Yeah, steer clear. To put it in perspective, at one point, about like 2 years ago, I asked the landlord if it was possible to get a rolling contract, which was something that I had at every other previous place. So that way, when we want to leave the place, we find somewhere else, we give them 1 or 2 months notice and then we're good to go. In response to me saying, can we have a rolling contract? He said, oh, you want a rolling contract? If you want one of those, find somewhere else to live. Cool, great. Thanks. But no, we did have to move out. And essentially, second question being, all right, so you're in Liverpool? Funny enough, no, I'm back in London. I haven't really updated you guys on what's going on, so don't worry, the irony has not been missing to me. The fact that I made a video about, I'm not leaving London. And then the next one's like, Chiswick and then I'm in Liverpool? Yeah, I've updated my second channel, which used to be more travel-centric, but nowadays is a lot more personal about what's going on, where I'm going. Still some travel and photography stuff over there, but also a bit more personal stuff. So check that out, subscribe if you haven't yet, because there's all that information over there. But to give you guys a quick little update, because my tenancy expired mid-August, I was really hoping to have a new place to live by then. But the house buying process is incredibly time-consuming and there's loads of delays and faff and bureaucracy and blah, blah, blah. And so I recognized quite quickly it was going to take an extra month or 2 or 3. So I thought, if I do have to live in a temporary accommodation, why would I stay in London? You know, I can get the chance to explore the world. Maybe go to Spain, practice my Spanish. Annoyingly, I couldn't do Spain, no matter how cheap it is to go there, because, well, COVID, there's a pandemic happening. But also, I am trying to buy a house, so I've got to be at like the beck and call, all these solicitors, signing all these things, so got to stay in the UK. And so then I was like, where could I go? Maybe to Wales? I considered Cardiff quite a lot, but I couldn't really find the right type of place there. And then for some reason, Liverpool called to me. I thought it'd be interesting to get to enjoy a bit of the North. You know, I make a lot of videos about the UK, and I hadn't really gotten a good experience of the North yet. And so out of all the different cities, there was something just about Liverpool that called to me. I made a video a couple months ago talking about like the prices of different places in the UK, and Liverpool just was like, oh, that's interesting. It seems like a cool place. Never been. Let's go. And so I did. And honestly, even though I did get COVID, yet again, there's a video on my second channel about that whole process, I still just really enjoyed it. I hope you've seen my previous video about Liverpool. Really great place. I figured I'd be there for a month and then I'd move into a place. However, now I'm back in London and still in an Airbnb. So, in life grand. This is just what it's like, honestly, living in Rotherhithe. It's surprisingly loud. This man just wants to hit a bin a couple times, I think. Oh, he stopped hitting the bin. We've been through a lot this last couple months. So next question people are asking is, well, what's going on with the house? I'm really, really close to completion. And if you don't know what that is in house buying terms, it's basically right before you get to come inside. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. I'm at the step where exchange of contracts should be happening soon, where my solicitors and the developer solicitors, they like work for us and they hand over some contracts, and then supposedly within a week after that, I get keys. But that's been pushed back again because the lender is a bit of, it's kind of like, let's just say you go to a restaurant because you're the server, and one of the customers says, hey, can I get a refill? So you go and get a refill, you bring it back to him and says, oh, thanks for the refill. Could he get a refill? And you're like, oh, okay, I wish you could have asked that. You look around, looks okay, nothing else? No, fine. You go to get that refill, you come back and like, hey, can I, listen, just give me all the information at once. But you know, they like to draw this thing out. Either way, hopefully I will have a place to call my own, an actual like flat of my own by this time next month. That is the goal. That would be really exciting. The negative of it is I have no furniture. This place is going to be completely empty and I've got nothing. So I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I get so paralyzed at the choice of between different things, especially if it's like a big purchase, because I'm like, oh, I have to live with this couch for the rest of my life. If it's not the right color, I'll just die. So I've been spending the last 2 months meticulously planning out my floor plan and choosing furniture and like doing this little app to get into interior design. I've spent a lot of time learning it. It's been really fun. And hopefully on my second channel in the next couple months, I'll be building it out, showing why I'm putting things where. And like I said, check out that channel if you want for that, because I'm really interested. But in the meantime, the videos will not really have that polished look. There are a couple like big videos that I really want to make that I know you guys will be super interested in, but there's just this weird feeling where specific ones like that, I'd rather wait till I have my house and my setup properly again so I can feel really confident in it to be like the best content I can make. Whereas right now I'm just kind of trying my best and I'd rather just kind of in the meantime, just make some fun little easy videos, so hopefully you guys don't mind. Just give a little personal update. I've got a British passport now. I thought it'd be interesting to compare the two US and UK passports in a video next week or the week after, because they're actually surprisingly funnily different. All right, that's my whole life, right? That's my channel here anyway, right? And some Reddit videos, stuff like that. Another question I've been getting is, how's the dating life going? Well, actually, pretty good. I deleted the dating apps like a month or two ago, which is always a good sign. And in terms of sharing like relationships on social media, it's such like a weird, unstable ground because first of all, the person I had dated like a year or 2 or 3 years ago or so, we were doing pretty well. And then coincidentally, right after I quasi-announced a relationship, we broke up. So maybe there's a curse, maybe I'm cursed. But also, it had to happen. And that's not necessarily why I'd be a bit more apprehensive to share anything. It's just one of those things where, to be very honest with you, having a relationship makes you more #relatable. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, look at them. Oh, I love them. Look at their relationship. Negative of that is, I do not like them. You know, I've signed up for this life. I choose to make these things. I've got a shield of 10 years of negative comments. But regardless of who I'm interested in or who I'm dating, the other person doesn't necessarily. And so I like to be a bit more private with certain things, but yeah, things going really well. When I want to share things, I will share them, either here on the old second channel, so heck yeah. A big reason it's taken so long with the house, by the way, is because, well, I'm self-employed, and so lenders are like, what? How does he make money? Are there ads on YouTube? And also because I did sell a bit of that crypto in order to afford the place. So hey, I was talking about it like last year, like you gotta get on that crypto train. It's worked out for me pretty well so far. Lastly, I do just wanna give a big thank you to everybody for the kind support on my Goodbye Chiswick video. Most of the time as a creator, when you make something that you pour your heart and soul into, it has a tendency to just flop. That's from my experience, like videos that I really care about usually are met with nobody being interested. And this is just the case when you have a huge passion that's an interest in a topic that is a bit disjoint from the usual interest of an audience. And so when those things don't align, it's very disheartening. But I kind of went into this thinking that was going to happen. I made this video just for me as like a personal like homage to where I used to live. I even called it like Goodbye Chiswick. I'm like, what? It's not like top 5 places to visit in Chiswick. You know, I just was like, this is a video for me. And so all the kind words that you guys have given me on that meant honestly so much more than any numbers or anything. Just the type of comments, the type of things you guys were saying are so kind. I really didn't expect the video to be relatable as much to anyone except people like living here or people like me, but it turns out it was. The fact that I lived in a place as an adult that I called my home and I had to move from, I didn't realize was one of those things. I didn't even know that's what I was doing. So thank you so much for that support. In terms of like big future projects, I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Like I said, I have been teaching myself interior design, but also I've been working on a course. I'm hoping to maybe have a Skillshare course beginning of next year or so, just because I really love creating and I want to kind of share how I make things. Anytime I get compliments on the way I do things, that stuff gets me going. And so I'd rather be able to teach. So I am working on that, so watch this space. But speaking of spaces, this video is not sponsored by any spaces. I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to do what I do. thank you for just staying in touch with this, being cool with, like, I've been working with a lot of different brands recently to be able to invest into what I'm doing here and to allow me to really just live my life and create more things, and I'm just very thankful. So thank you for watching this personal video as well, figuring out what's going on, and hopefully you won't be a stranger. I'll see you around. Unless this is your first video that you've watched of mine, which is really weird, because hi, I'm Evan. This is weird. No, it's not. There's a playlist of other videos if you want to watch it, but otherwise, I'll see you this week from the Airbnb. We'll see what we can make here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Goodbye. I'm on a roller. I need a new outro.